Warren Buffett said something that stopped me in my tracks. Every day I wake up in the attempt to do something significant, to make a difference, to grow, to become better, to make an impact on helping others, right? But is that really a success? No, according to Buffett. He says it all comes down to one measure. The ultimate test, he calls it. And I'm not sure that I pass. Here's what he said, quote, basically, when you get to my age, you really measure your success in life by how many of the people you want to have love you actually do love you. I know people who have a lot of money and they get testimonial dinners and they get hospital wings named after them, but the truth is nobody in the world loves them. And that's the ultimate test of how you have lived your life. He goes on to say, the trouble with love is that you can't buy it. You can buy sex, you can buy testimonial dinners, but the only way to get love is to be lovable. It's irritating if you have a lot of money. You'd like to think that you could write a check, I'll buy $1 million worth of love. But it doesn't work that way. The only way to get love is to earn it by giving it away. The more you give love away, the more you get. End quote. Wow. Now think about that for a minute, as I did. How many people really love you? I mean, really. We all have family and friends and acquaintances, and they probably like you. They're probably familiar and comfortable with you. You share a DNA strand or a little bit of personal history. But do they really love you? Do they really even know you, actually? And I mean, really. One of the assessments that I've always used is when you die, not how many people will go to your funeral. All sorts of people will show up to funerals for their own reasons, right? Guilt, to look good, to gain favor, oddly enough, to meet other people. But how many are going to cry? Think about this further from the framework of Buffett's ultimate test. Even those who might cry, why are they crying, really? I think for a few misinterpreted reasons. Number one, it's a sad scene, a sad occasion. Hey, I cry at flickering light on a flat movie screen. Hey, I cry at emotional commercials. So there might be plenty of people at your funeral who will cry, but not because they really loved you. Number two, they're sad for the living. We're empathetic creatures. When we see someone hurting, it hurts us. When we see someone who actually might have loved that person in deep pain and crying, it makes us cry. So we have to subtract out all those people who are crying for other people and not really you. Number three, I think a lot of people will be sad when you die, not for you, but for themselves. You see, when you die, they lose something from their life. The way it was, that status quo, something that once was is now gone for them. A reminder of their own impending morality. It makes them cry. So when we subtract out all those who are crying for themselves and not you, what do you really have left? What's the real number to the ultimate test question? Because as Buffett says, and he should know, as his final exam with St. Pete is quickly approaching, the answer is love. Not only did you love, but maybe even the greater measure of your love is how many people love you, really. Not for your fame, power, status, charity, or just because you happen to be related or have a marriage contract of some sort and shared a house with somebody, but how many people really deeply, intimately love you? It's a tough question, isn't it? Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you reevaluate how you are spending your life, what goals that you are pursuing, and how you are evaluating your success, the scoreboard that you're using to measure it, doesn't it? So this morning, ask yourself, if the ultimate test question was given to you right now, how many people love you? I mean, really love you. Not by kin or connection, but real, intimate, personal love for you. If you are so bold, post your answer in the comments below and post the answer you now hope to achieve before the test is given to you for real. To get us started, I'll give you my answer. I think the answer fits on less than one hand. And my goal, by the time I'm given the test for real, is to be able to use both hands and both feet. How about you? Four men are at a school reunion catching up when one of the guys gets up and goes to the bathroom. While he's gone, the other three start bragging about their successful sons. Guy number one says, "My son is so successful, he owns a car dealership and just gave his best friend a Ferrari." Guy number two says, "That's nothing. My son owns an airliner and he just gave his best friend a private jet." Guy number 3 says, yeah, well, my son is more successful than that. He owns an architectural firm, and he just gave his best friend his own castle. The 4th guy comes back from the bathroom and asks, what are you guys talking about? Oh, we're talking about how successful our sons are, says guy number 2. Guy number 4 says, well, my son is a dancer at a gay strip club. Guy number 3 says, wow, you must be disappointed with what he's done with his life. Guy 4 replies, actually, he's doing pretty well for himself. He just got a Ferrari, he got a jet, and a castle from his 3 boyfriends. Oh. Yo, you know, I've asked tons of people what LGBTQ plus stands for. Nobody's given me a straight answer. Then finally, at a Mexican restaurant, there it was, right there on the menu. It's lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato, quesadilla, plus sour cream. Oh, sorry about all that. Okay, don't cancel me. Hey, if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving isn't for you. But Russian roulette, that might work out. Reminds me, I just hate those Russian dolls. They're just so full of themselves. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. See you on the flip side.